Let me feel your love again, 'cause I've been running round in circles screaming out your name.
Hey guys, welcome back to another video. This video is going to be just a little different than what I normally do. I usually do the grocery hauls and everything because I know you guys like seeing all the grocery hauls and everything like that and what all I get from my family. I'm doing this one a little different. I'm going to do a camper tour. My daughter, who is 19, almost 20, bought a camper and it is in the back of our yard here. I will show you everything on the camper, and then I'm going to do a basement update. I've had a few of you ask about the basement update and what all is going on with that. So I will get to that here in just a minute. But if you are new here, welcome to my channel. My name is Cindy. I am married to my husband for over 20 years. We are high school sweethearts. I have 5 kids. I just said my daughter is 19, almost 20. I have a son that just graduated high school. He's 18. And then I have a junior that is in high school. He is 16. Then I have 2 younger girls. They're both in middle school. One is 12, 13, and one is 12. And one is in 6th grade. The one that's 12 is in 6th grade, and the other one is in 7th grade. Sometimes I get confused on how old they are because there's just so many of them and I can't remember everything. But anyways, I thank you so much for clicking on my video to watch it. I really appreciate you guys watching my videos. The lighting is a little weird because of the sun and stuff in the background, so hopefully you guys can see me really good. But other than that, let's go ahead and do the basement update, and I will explain everything, what's going on with the basement. Also, this is going to be like a chatty vlog, so hopefully you guys are interested in that. I just wanted to give an update on the basement, and then I want to do a camper tour and let y'all know what's going on. So let's go ahead and get on with this video. Alright, before I start on the basement, I have talked about us having 2 freezers downstairs in the basement, and they both kind of crapped out on us because of the flood. So we went over this past weekend, we went and got another freezer. It is a lot smaller than our other one, but it works. There's 2 baskets here that go in that came with it, and then I bought this container that's right down here, if you can see it. I bought that at Walmart to put in there, so it just makes it a little bit more organized, but it's big enough for us for right now. And then we can take it with us whenever we go. So let's go ahead and take you downstairs and show you what it looks like downstairs in the basement. Okay, so the basement is still a working process. We are slowly but surely working on everything. I am going through so much stuff because we got so much crap down here, so much stuff down here. So I've been going through stuff. Here is those 2 freezers that I said kind of crapped out on us. So we have to get rid of these. This 2 bags here are trash. My Christmas tree here, my daughter actually was using it, but I think it's trash too because it was like full of water and stuff, so I don't think it works anymore. But I have all of this stuff sitting here on the table that we are keeping for whenever we do move, which that is a very slow process too. We don't know exactly what we're doing. I think the next time we move will be our last time, so we're trying to figure out what we want to do with that. But after the flood down here, we had to get a dehumidifier, and that thing has been working really great, so we got that. Alright, here is the storage room. This needs to go in the trash because the bottom Down here, if you can see, it's all nasty. Okay, maybe you can't see it. But it is all nasty because of the water and everything, so we have to throw this away. I have a few shelves down here that I'm not sure what I'm going to do with yet. I have these 2 shelves here I think I'm going to put in my yard sale. And then I have this shelf here, which it's a really good sturdy shelf, but the board, like right down there, it got all wet and everything from the flood, so we have to probably replace that board. But anyways, here is everything I have in here. This place was really crowded and everything, but I got it all cleaned up. There is some stuff in here that we need to get rid of too, but it's very hard to get rid of like the big furniture like that, because a lot of the trash company will not take stuff like that. So I have to figure out what I'm gonna do with the mattress. If you have any suggestions on how I can get rid of the mattress and the box springs, let me know down in the comments. I think that, if you can see it, it's a little dark, but that headboard right there is from my daughter Chloe. It was in her room, so it needs to go in trash because the bottom of it's all warped and stuff from the water from the basement. And then I have a coffee table that was upstairs, so I think I'm gonna just put that in the yard sale too. But this is what the basement is looking like. It's getting pretty empty, but that's the storage room. This was going to be a bathroom, but we're just going to leave that there. And then this is my daughter Addison's room, which she has not been sleeping down here because we had to take her door out because they were totally destroyed from the water and everything. But her room is actually pretty empty. There's not a whole lot in here. Her mattress is upstairs in her sister's room, Chloe. That's the youngest one. But that's all that's going on in there. But we have been like slowly going through stuff, throwing stuff away that's from damage from the flood and everything. This needs to go in the trash too because of the flood. My daughter's mattress is still here because I don't know how to get rid of it, so it's staying there for right now until we figure out what we're doing. But down here, I still need to clean in here still. This is all the glass and everything from that window. It was bad, so bad. And then my daughter's bed we need to get rid of, but I think maybe we need to rent a dumpster, but I don't know. We're slowly getting rid of stuff. But here's the window. We have not gotten that fixed yet. Thank God it hasn't started raining really heavy or anything like that. So we have actually, I don't know if you can see it, there's a board right here on the outside my husband put up just in case. But if it starts pouring down raining again like it did last time, it's probably just gonna come through anyways. We have some fans that we had down here to like dry things up and stuff, which we can probably take and get those back to people. But this is what's going on in my daughter's room. This is where the flood happened. I'll be sure to insert a video so you guys can see. If you're new to my channel and you don't know what I'm talking about, I'll insert a video right here so you guys can see what I'm talking about. It was pretty bad that day.
Where are you now? Heard you live far away, but just tell me where and I'll come see ya. 'Cause I'm afraid that I'll end up here alone. Hope you'll understand how much I need ya. Take me back to when we were kids and didn't care if we were acting stupid. 'Cause If I close my eyes and think about us, I can see the person I know I should be. 'Cause honestly,
Alright, so we still have to work on most of the stuff in her room, which she is out in the camper now, so that is really good for her. She's really excited about that. But we did have to take her door down too because the door got damaged. Here's the doors here. So if you can see down here at the bottom, it's already starting to mold, but we need to get rid of these doors. They were really bad. And then here's the door that goes down to the basement. We still need to get a new door for this. This one is really bad. But we have a big pile of trash that I just cleaned up the basement just a few days ago, so we have to get rid of all of this crap. I don't know if you can really see it too much, but we have to get rid of all of this stuff here. It's water damaged or trash. This was definitely in the water, so we have to get rid of that. That was my daughter's. I actually got that for her for Christmas this past year. So she's gonna need a new printer. My daughter got a I can't think of what that's called. If you can see it, it's kind of dark. But she got one of these. I can't think of what it's called. But anyways, she got one of these for her birthday or something like that. She got birthday money, and you can write on it and stuff. But she got that, and that got damaged in the flood too. So, but this is what's going on down in the basement. Slowly getting things cleaned up, slowly going through stuff. A lot of this stuff that's right here on this shelf, I am actually getting rid of in the yard sale. I'm really hoping I can get rid of a lot of stuff because I have a lot of stuff. But I guess we'll see what happens. If anything, I might just donate stuff or something like that. I don't know. But this is pretty much my updated basement tour. That's all that's going on right now. Just going through stuff, getting rid of stuff, throwing stuff away. We do have to buy doors. My son needs a new door over there. My daughter here needs a new door, and then we need a new door here that goes upstairs to our house. But that is about it for the basement update. Next I will take you outside and show you my daughter's camper. Alright, we are going to go outside and I will give you guys a camper tour of my daughter's camper. She does have a cat and a dog that stays out in her camper. Her dog is a black lab and her cat is kind of an older cat, so she's kind of lazy and doesn't do much. But that's all she has for animals. Her camper is I think it's a Salem, Forest River Salem or something like that. I think it's a 2021. I asked her, but I couldn't remember what year it was, but it does say on the side of the camper what it is and everything like that. So let's go outside and I will give you guys a camper tour. Alright, so here is her camper. It is a Salem Hemisphere. I thought it was called something else, but here's her camper. I did show you guys a video of them pulling in the camper and everything, but it does have like awnings and stuff like that. This right here is actually an outside area. I don't know if I can get into it, but it's locked. I'm not quite sure how to get into this stuff. Let me see if I can get it open. 1 second. Alright, let's see. There it is. Here's a refrigerator and then a grill thingy. And there's some cabinets. But that's what it looks like there. The back, there's just a ladder. And then there's a window. And then here's the back here. There's lots of windows. There's the name of it. There's another window there. Plug. Here's her for her tanks and everything. And then I'm not quite sure what is here. Oh, I thought it would be locked, but oh, there's more storage. It goes all the way over to the other side. I'll show you that here in just a second. And then here's the front. It did come with 2 propane tanks, I think that's what they are. And then there's like a light and stuff like that for this. When my daughter did get the camper, they delivered it, so that was super nice. Here's the other side. She's just got some storage in there, but that's what it looks like on the outside. There's a spot here. You can see it. It's for your dogs. You can hang a rope, hook up a rope or whatever for a dog leash and stuff like that. And then there's also a spot right here. You can see it. It's kind of bright out here. You can put a TV out here. But that is what it looks like on the outside. I will give you guys a tour of the inside. Let's go in and see. All right, let's go inside. There's her cat right there. Like I said, she's an older cat. Let me get some lights on here. All right, as you walk in, here's her front door. She needs a screen fixed because of the cat decided to go out. But as you walk in, there is a fireplace right here. It came with it. And then this TV here came with the camper too. Let me get some lights on here. All right. Let me back up. Here is all of the buttons and everything. There's buttons for the lights and everything, and then there's a water pump, water heater, and a tank heater. There's buttons right here for the awnings, and then the slide out, which there's two slide outs, I think. I'm pretty positive there's 2. Maybe there's 3. I think there's 3. And there's a spot for the awning, and then another slide out there. Alright, let's go back in here. Here's the couch. The couch came with the camper. There's lots of windows. And the blinds do come down. There is a kitchen table right here, and it does have storage, which I don't think she has anything, but there's one on both sides. And here there's like a little coffee bar area. This is what she has over here, at least. There is a light right here, so that's pretty neat. I'll turn that off. And then here's another cabinet, which this is where she has her cups and plates and stuff, but she doesn't, I don't think she really cooks in here, because she does go inside the house and eat dinner and stuff with the rest of the family. Here's another cabinet here. It's kind of a disaster, so excuse the mess. But there's another cabinet there, and then if you turn, here is the kitchen. There is a center island right here. Looks like she needs to do dishes. But there's a plug-in right here, and then there's lights right down there. there's a button right here for the lights. She doesn't need them on, but that is the center island, the sink, and then there's cabinets right here, which they're actually pretty big. I mean, they're pretty deep. It's hard to see right here because it's dark, but this is underneath the sink. There's plenty of space. It's kind of hard to see because it's dark. And then over here there is a stove. There's a light here that lights up the burners. I thought that was neat. It's a really good oven. Looks kind of small, but and then down here is where she keeps her pots and pans and stuff like that. But like I said, I don't think cooks in here because she can come inside and cook too. But there's a light right here to cook, so whenever she does decide to. There's 3 drawers right here, and they're actually decent size. This one's a little bit deeper. She doesn't really have a whole lot in here because she's actually been going through stuff too. Here's another one here, and then here's another cabinet. It's actually pretty big if you can see, and then right here is kind of small, and then the cat's trying to go in there. But that's what the cabinet looks like over here. Come on, Cersei, out. All right, you can stay in there for a minute. There's a microwave right here. There's plenty of counter space with having the counter right here, and then having the center island right here. She's got plenty of space for just her and her boyfriend. And then here's the refrigerator, which she doesn't really have a whole lot in here actually. But the refrigerator is actually not very big either, but it's plenty big enough for her. And then the freezer, which is, I think, perfect size for her. But this is pretty much the kitchen. She's got flies too, so don't mind that. And then right here, this cabinet right here is super big, which is the pantry, which is super nice, and it's actually decent size. I mean, you can walk in here. It's got actually a window. See, there's a window right here, and then there's the pantry. So I mean, it's fairly big. And then there's a light that shuts off once you close the door and everything. But here's her cat. She keeps following me around everywhere. And then right here is another bedroom. This is where she keeps her dog, and she has, like I said, a lab, which she's still like a puppy stage dog, so she stays in here. But this is where her extra room is that she has. There's plenty of space in here. I think you can hook up a TV because I think there's, oh yeah, there's plug in right there, but there's a bed right here, a bed right here. Her boyfriend likes baseball cards. And then there's another bed here that you can lay out and stuff. But this slide right here comes in. So that was one slide, like I said. So she doesn't really do anything with that room. She just has her dog in there for right now. But when she gets home, she lets her dog out and stuff. But don't mind the kind of mess. She's a young adult, so I mean, she does clean up her messes, but she's also working. And then here's the bathroom. It's actually decent size. There's some hooks right there There's a fan and stuff up there. This is the shower here, which is kind of small, but she does have the litter box in there right now, so I don't want to open the shower. There's a toilet paper holder. There's the toilet, which she doesn't really use it because she goes inside and uses the bathroom. Here is the sink, or the vanity here for right by the sink. And then here's another cabinet, which is decent size, and I think all of them have like a little bit of a kind of a lip. This one don't really have it too much, but here is the sink. There is an outlet right there that she can plug things in. And then here is another cabinet, which is fairly decent size. And I think that's where she has her makeup. She's got some nail stuff in there, but that is the bathroom, which is fairly decent. It's not too bad. And then in here is her bedroom. Well, that light's not coming on. There's the light. She does have an air conditioner in here, and then there's an air conditioner in there. I don't know if there's one in the other bedroom. I want to say there is, but I'm not positive. There is a window right here. There's a closet right there, I guess you could say, and another closet cabinet over there for clothes. There's two cabinets up top. There's a, what is this, a queen size bed, I think. And she also has some like cubby areas way over there in the corner. Turn some more lights on. There is a window, that's the front of the camper. There's another cubby spot over there. There's another window right here, and then this is a closet, which I don't want to open it because it's got her clothes and stuff in it. But it does have a spot where you can hook up a washer and dryer, so that is nice to have, which she doesn't really need that right now because she comes inside and does her laundry. But this bed also lifts up to where she can put more storage underneath. And then there's a spot where she can hook up a TV and stuff right here, where the plug-in is right there. So this is what her bedroom looks like. I mean, it's kind of small for walk space, but it's just her and her boyfriend, so it works fairly good for her. But like I said, this is my oldest daughter's like living quarters pretty much, so she actually loves it. It's her own space for her and her boyfriend. Let me turn you around. Me and actually my husband have been considering possibly buying a camper and getting some land and moving out into some peaceful, quiet country property. That's what we're thinking about doing, but we just don't know exactly if we want to do that or not. If you've ever bought a camper and considered wanting to move into a camper, let me know down in the comments, because I would like to know what you guys think of buying a camper and buying property and living out there for a while and then building your own home. We have always wanted to move into the country, and we like all of the peace and quiet, and I have 5 kids, like I said at the beginning of this video, and all of my kids are wanting to move out into the country, and we want to have farm animals and like chickens and ducks and all that stuff. So that's what we're kind of leaning towards, is buying a camper and moving into the camper, staying in the camper for a couple years, and then building our own house. But let me know down in the comments if you guys have done that before. If you have done it and don't like it, let me know your pros and cons on all of that. I would like to know. But we will probably consider getting a fifth wheel. This camper my daughter has is a travel trailer. I think that's what it's called. But it's plenty big enough for her. But we are going to have me and my husband staying in the camper and my 2 girls. That's all that's going to be staying. My son Levi will end up be staying with my daughter in her camper here, which he will have that room right there. And then my oldest son is planning on getting a camper too, because he is planning on doing welding still, I think. So he will be traveling and stuff like that. But anyways, let me know down in the comments what's your thoughts, the pros and the cons and all that stuff. That's what we're thinking about doing, but we're still weighing our options and doing the pros and the cons and all that stuff. My daughter's camper is a all seasonal, so we made sure we got that. She got that whenever she bought the camper. But other than that, I think I've done enough talking in this video, showing you guys the camper and the basement update. But let me know what you guys think of the camper, and let me know anything else you want to see on the basement update or anything like that. Let me know down in the comments if you guys have bought a camper. I know some people just buy campers and go camping for the weekend or something like that, but if you have bought a camper and lived in the camper, let me know down in the comments. I want the pros and the cons and everything, what's your thoughts and all that stuff. But we are done with this camper tour. Let me give you one last look here of what everything looks like.
Say you don't wanna be with me, but you miss me as soon as it's over. Your name lighting up the screen, but you never call when you're sober. You say you don't like the games, but you play me like there's no tomorrow. You should know that I'm fed up with your lies, so don't come closer. You know you hurt me bad and I have scars. I need some time to heal, so don't come over. Don't even bother calling, just get lost. I'm fine on my own, so don't even bother to come back, 'cause I'm done. I'm fine on my own, and boy, your pretty little lies are getting old.
Okay, so let me know down in the comments what you guys think of the camper tour and what's your thoughts on buying a camper and moving it out to the country. We don't have any property yet, but that's our plan. Let me know what your thoughts are. We are thinking about selling the house. I'm going through stuff like crazy right now, downsizing, because I have so much stuff, and I'm just going through stuff and I don't need it. It's gonna go in the yard sale, and then stuff that I do want to keep, we're gonna put in storage. Like a lot of my stuff was downstairs in the basement and got ruined, so I had to throw quite a bit of stuff away anyways. A lot of my Christmas trees got ruined, so this year's Christmas is gonna be totally different. I did have all of my fall decor out for decorating. I do have a few things right here, but other than that, I pretty much put everything in my garage, and I am going to be doing a big old yard sale and getting rid of stuff, selling stuff. But anything that we're going to keep, because I do have like personal items that I would like to keep, we're gonna put those in storage. And like I said, we are thinking about buying a camper. We're going to sell this house. I've already said that before. We are going to sell the house because of not so much of what's going on down in the basement really, but we want to move out into the country so bad. That has been our goal for a very long time. It's really hard to plan your future when you don't know exactly what's going to happen from day to day. But we bought this house. We've been in this house for almost 3 years. But we want to move out into the country. So that is what we're kind of leaning towards. We don't know exactly what we're doing. We're still debating on what exactly we want to do yet. But let me know down in the comments what your thoughts are. But that is going to be it for today's video. I do plan on still doing my grocery hauls. If we do the camper situation, I will be filming for that if you guys want to see that. I know it's going to be a totally different lifestyle, but it's a lifestyle that we want to do for the rest of our life, so that's what we're considering. But other than that, I think that is it for today's video. Thank you guys so much for taking the time out of your day to watch my videos. I really appreciate it. If you're new here, welcome. Don't forget to go and check out all of my other videos. I do have day in the life videos. I have grocery haul videos, which I usually post those once a week. I try to get those out on Saturdays usually, the day after I go grocery shopping. I try to get those out. I also have what's for dinner videos if you guys need any good dinner recipes. Our family favorite recipe dinner is green bean casserole with chicken. I do have a video on that, so if you would like to check that out, you should go check out those videos. But other than that, I'm going to stop talking. I hope you guys have a great day, a wonderful weekend, and I think that is it. I'm going to work on making a grocery list because tomorrow is Friday, so I am going grocery shopping. The freezer here that I got right there, if you can see it, there it is. Since I have that now, I can get like groceries to put in the freezer, because beforehand we just had our refrigerator freezer and it was definitely not big enough for our size family. So we definitely have that, and it's very nice to have. So I will be getting some extra groceries. But thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye guys.